Well, folks, welcome to the mythical and marvelous monument of softball here at Chartwell's Athletic Complex, where sunflower seeds, Gatorade, and bubblegum flow like milk and honey in the rivers of ancient Babylon. It's GAC softball, a colorful doubleheader today with the Golden Suns of Arkansas Tech burning as bright as ever, and the Henderson State Reddies look to get back on track. Don't go. Their alignment goes Bailey Buffington in the circle today, Jessica Williams catching, Cassie Mayberry playing third, Mackenzie Goins playing first base, Brooke Pruitt and Timber Riley manning the middle at shortstop and second base, respectively. Sydney Keaton in left field, Shelby Chavers in center, and Adriana Cooney playing right. The batting lineup today for Henderson State, leading off for Henderson State, the second baseman, Maya Jackson. Second in the hole is Justine Birch. She's playing right field today. Monica Monreal batting third, playing first. Brooke Johnson pitching and batting fourth. Abby Moore catching and batting fifth. Bittinger playing third, batting sixth. Tretline playing left and batting seventh. Larry playing center, batting seventh. Trejo playing shortstop and batting ninth. Well, Buffington's first pitch got in there for a strike, and the second one did as well. Jackson swings through it. The 0-2 from Buffington. Fouled off by Jackson. The end of the catcher's glove. Drop third strike, thrown out at first base. One out now for the Golden Suns. Justine Birch now stepping into the box here for Henderson State. First pitch from Buffington. Blue likes it, called it a strike. Birch now in the hole, 0-1. Second pitch from Buffington, swung on a little late. Foul ball just above the net over here by the third base side. Buffington now up 0-2. Buffington tosses one just a little higher than the zone. Count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch from Buffington, fouled back and out of play. Buffington's made 16 appearances so far in the season with 6 complete games and posted an 8-5 record. Hoping to add one more to the win column here. The 1-2 count for Birch at the plate. Here's the pitch from Buffington. A little too far outside the zone. The count goes even at 2-2 with one out here in the top of the first. The 2-2 to Birch. Foul tipped back towards the press box. Count remains the same. Buffington's 2-2 can't find the bottom outside corner, and the count goes full at 3-2. Birch has drawn 12 walks on the season. I'm sure she'll like to get her team started right here and get a runner on base with one out. The 3-2 pitch from Buffington. Sky towards deep left field. Mayberry goes back, Keaton goes back, can't quite find the ball. Traps it against the wall. Thrown back to the infield, recovered by Riley. Birch with a double to left field. Henderson strikes early today. They could only muster one hit in the contest yesterday evening, and now they've tied that total here with just 2 batters.
Number 30, Monica Monreal.
Monica Monreal now steps into the box. The right-handed batter has a .247 average on the season. She's driven in 13 runs. Buffington's first pitch goes outside for a ball. Count is 1-0 with one out and a runner on second for Henderson State. Second pitch. Gets past her for a strike. Count moves to 1-1 with one out and one runner on. The 1-1 from Buffington. Right down Main Street. And that gets the call. Count moves to 1-2. Tech infield signaling out to the outfield to be ready for balls past them. The 1-2 from Buffington. Swung on, and Monreal strikes out. Buffington gets her second strikeout of the inning.
Now hitting the pitcher, number 11, Brooke Johnson.
Brooke Johnson now steps into the batter's box. She's also playing double duty today, pitching for Henderson State. She posted a .287 average so far this season, two-way player. First pitch from Buffington runs a little bit too far inside, called for a ball. Henderson State still has Birch on second base, but two outs here. The count's 1-0. Second pitch from Buffington, smoked to right field, but Cooney is there, and that's going to be the third out of the inning. No damage done, one hit for Henderson State. Birch with the double to left.
Top of the first inning for Henderson State, no runs scored. There was one base hit, no errors, and one left on base at the end of the half inning.
Henderson State pitcher Brooke Johnson just showed some good contact right there on the fly out to right field. She'll also pitch today for the Henderson State Reddies in the circle. She's posted a 2-6 record so far in 21 appearances with one complete game and 10 starts, a 3.98 ERA. Leading off for Arkansas Tech today, the center fielder, sophomore Shelby Chavers.
Leading off for the Golden Suns, the center fielder, number 10, Shelby Chambers.
Chavers reached base 3 times yesterday. 2 of them she was hit by a pitch. Here's the first pitch to her. Ball taken low. Count 1-0. Arkansas Tech dugout energized. Love to see their leadoff hitter reach base right here. The 1-0. Taken just a bit outside for a strike. Shavers didn't like that one. Thought it was going too far away from her. Didn't move her bat. Umpire liked it. Called it a strike. Counts 1-1. Third pitch now. Shavers takes it down low for a ball outside. Count moves to 2-1. The 2-1 from Johnson runs a little bit high. Count moves to 3-1. Good hitters count here for Chavers to do some damage. And the 3-1 pitch goes too far outside as Shavers takes her free base. Up to the plate now, second baseman junior Timber Riley.
Timber Riley.
Riley drove double after double into the gap yesterday, but she's going to square to bunt here to start off and maybe move Chavers up to second base early. Pulls it back. First pitch taken right down the middle for a strike. Chavers on first. 0-1 count here for Riley. Nobody out. Tech's first at bat of this doubleheader. Riley puts one past third base, and Chavers is going to move up, stop all the way at second, pulls into third. Riley scoots up to second. Riley's been showing a pretty good bat here. Before that one, she had a 4.44 average and 124 at-bats.
Now hitting blood designated player, number 29, Caitlin Wells.
Caitlin Wells now steps into the box. She also had some great contact yesterday, driving in several runs. She's got runners on second and third here. First pitch to her. Wells liked it, but couldn't quite pull the trigger. Takes it for a strike up high. Runners on second and third. Chavers on third. Riley leading off second. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Wells takes it. The ball's past the catcher more. Chavers is going to come in to score. And that's the first run of your ball game off of the wild pitch and the passed ball from the catcher. Riley moves up to third, and Tech breaks open the scoreboard first. They started hot early yesterday, and I'm sure Coach McSweeney would love for them to do the same. Here's the 1-1 from Johnson to Wells. Wells takes it low for a ball. Count moves now to 2-1. No outs. Runner on third base for Wells. The 2-1 from Johnson. Gave her the changeup. Slid right away from her. Count moves now to 2-2. The 2-2 to Wells. Right down the middle. Ball shot foul towards the third baseline. Third base coach Josh Birchke almost made a play on it right there. The 2-2 to Wells. A little out in front of it. Ball slices foul towards the same position. Riley still standing off third base. Wells in the box now, a 2-2 count against her. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Wells takes it, puts it right over Jackson's head at second base. Riley's going to walk in there easy, and Wells is standing on first. Nice piece of two-strike hitting right there. Still no outs. Tech is brought across two here. Cassie Mayberry, this third baseman's going to step into the box. She also did some damage yesterday, and looks like we're going to have an early mound visit here. Early visit to the circle for Henderson State. With already 2 runs coming across here in this first inning, I'm sure the last thing Henderson State wants is a replay of yesterday's first inning, in which Arkansas Tech brought across 4 runs and then 5 in the second and then 6 in the third. Just trying to limit the damage here and make sure that Brooke Johnson and everyone else knows where to go with softball if it gets in their glove. Mayberry now up the plate. From the right-hand side. First pitch from Johnson. Straight as an arrow, taken for strike 1. Wells on first base. Nobody out. 2 runners have already come across here for Arkansas Tech. Johnson in the circle. Here's the delivery. Taken inside towards the knees for a ball. Count moves to 1-1. Pitch to Johnson, smoked off the bat by Mayberry. She puts it past the third baseman into left field. Everyone moves up of space. Wells now on second. Mayberry put one right beside Bittinger, the third baseman. She couldn't quite get her glove down. Now Wells is on second. Mayberry's on first. The first baseman for Arkansas Tech, Mackenzie Goins, is going to get a whack at it here. Hopefully drive in a couple of runs with a shot to deep left or right field. First pitch for Johnson. Swung on right towards Bittinger, the third baseline, but this one's going to run foul as it hit the plate before it bounced into the field of play. Key break there for Goins. The 0-1 from Johnson. Fades too far to the other batter's box. Count moves now to 1-1. 2 on, runs at first and second for Arkansas Tech. Nobody out. Goins took that one and sliced it foul. Count is 1-2 with nobody on. 2 runs across here for Tech in this first inning. Goins is batting .270 on the season. And that pitch is going to be foul out of the field of play. We're near the tennis courts. Reddies have a pitcher warming up in the pen. Umpire's calling time here. Goins looks to refocus. Count is 1-2. Runners at first and second. Delivery from Johnson. Goins puts one to deep center field. Catch is made. Everyone moves up 1. Mayberry stays where she is. Wells moves from second to third. Runners on the corners now for Arkansas Tech with 1 out.
Hitting next, the shortstop, number 21, Pruitt.
First out there for Henderson State. It's a pop-up to center field. Larry came over and had it easily handled. Here's Brooke Pruitt now, the shortstop at the plate. She takes the first one high for a ball. 1-0 count. 1 out. Runners on first and third. The junior Pruitt at the plate. The 1-0. Pruitt can't quite make any contact right there. Swings over that softball. Moves now to 1-1 with 1 out. Wells on third and Fury on first. The 1-1 to Pruitt. Pruitt gets a piece of that one, but it's going to slice foul out of play. Count moves to 1-2. The 1-2 from Johnson. Pruitt doesn't like it low. Mayberry takes off. She's going to have second base there easy off the ball in the dirt. Good base running right there by Mayberry. Saw the pitch was a little bit low. Knew the catcher wouldn't have time to scramble and grab it and react to throw her out at second base, and she moves up now. Runners at second and third. The 2-2 for Johnson to Pruitt. Goes into the other batter's box, and the count moves full to 3-2. Pruitt in the batter's box. Left fielder Sydney Keaton now on deck. 3-2 to Pruitt. Finds a shortstop's glove. He'll throw across, and that's 1 out. Runners still stay in place for Arkansas Tech. Nobody moved. Umpire's calling time here to get a few more softballs.
Sydney Keaton.
Batting now here in the 7 hole, the sophomore left fielder Sydney Keaton. She's posted a .324 average so far and driven 8 runs. She's made 15 starts this year. Love to do some damage right here. First pitch is taken. A little bit too far inside for a ball. Tech has 2 outs against them, but they've scored 2 runs here in the bottom of the first. Keaton takes the second pitch for a strike. Count is 1-1. Mayberry on second, Wells on third. The 1-1 delivery from Johnson. Keaton gets a piece of it, but not in the field of play. Count goes to 1-2. Johnson in the pitcher's circle. The 1-2. Keaton gets a piece of it, puts it in the same place. Foul. Count stays the same. 2 outs. Runners still at second and third now for Arkansas Tech. They've got 2 outs against them. Chavers got on with the walk. Riley put her all the way to third with a double when she came home to score. There's the ground ball to the shortstop. She makes a play over at first, and that's an out, but Tech gets 2 runs across here in the first inning. And we're going to be back here at the top of the second. At the plate now for Henderson State, number 21, the catcher, Abby Moore. Moore's a junior. She's batting .294 so far in the season. First pitch has got quite a lot of movement on it. Buffington slices it right past her for the first strike. The 0-1 from Buffington. Moore doesn't like that one, leaves it down low. Count moves to 1-1 off the low ball call. Third pitch of this AB now. Moore gets a piece of it, but not enough as it slices back behind the net. Foul. 1-2 count. Henderson only had 1 hit in yesterday's contest. They've already tied that total with today's first inning. Moore would love to do some more damage. The 1-2 to Moore. Just on top of the zone. Count move now to 2-2 with the ball way up high. Buffington steps back onto the rubber. And the 2-2. Shot to right field. Cooney may not have enough there. And she's going to put it in her glove. Quite a play there by the right fielder. A shot off the bat from Moore when Cooney had to go deep in the hole to get that one, but shows some speed, sticks her glove up in the air, and it was right where the ball was going to land. Nice first out there. A loud one, though. Buffington gets 1 there. Third baseman Erica Bittinger comes now to the plate. She's driven in 3 runs so far this season. Swings through the first one. Count moves to 0-1. These first pitches in the at-bats from Buffington using quite a lot of movement, getting Henderson State guessing. The 0-1 pitch grounded out to second base. Riley scoops it up, throws over to Goins for 2 outs.
Now hitting the left fielder, number 12, Madison Tretline.
Freshman left fielder Madison Tretline now at the plate. She's batting in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch to Tretline. She gets a piece of it, but it slices back behind the stadium, foul. Count moves now to 0-1 with 2 outs here. Nobody on for Henderson State. Buffington's 0-1 pitch. Right up the middle, Pruitt's going to get there in time. Flips over to Goins, and that's 3 quick and easy outs there for Arkansas Tech.
Top of inning number 2, Henderson State 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. At the middle of the second inning, Arkansas Tech 2 and Henderson State 0.
Brooke Johnson's going to come back out now for her second inning. With all being said, it wasn't too much damage to be done. Tech got 2 runs across on 3 hits in their first trips to the plate. The Reddies couldn't quite muster enough offense here through their first 2 innings at the plate. And Johnson's just looking to limit the damage here and hopefully get no runs across for Henderson State. Catcher Jessica Williams now saunters up to the dish.
The catcher, number 17, Jessica Williams.
She's had 63 at-bats so far this season, has 1 big fly, driven in a trio of RBIs. She's going to lead off here in the second. Williams looks like she's squaring to bunt first, pulls the bat back, and takes the first pitch down low for a ball. The 1-0 to Williams. That pitch runs a little bit high, and the count moves to 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. And the third pitch from Johnson also runs a little bit high. Williams is in squaring to bunt for the first part of every at-bat, maybe throwing Johnson off a little bit here. Counts 3-0. That pitch taken inside for a strike. Count moved now to 3-1. Still a good hitter's count here for Williams. Williams has started 25 games for Tech this season. She takes that one and puts it into right field. And that ball is caught there by Justine Birch for the out. 1 out for Henderson State.
Now hitting the right fielder, number 0, Adriana Cooney.
Right fielder Adriana Cooney's been busy in right field today, making a couple plays in the first 2 innings for Tech. She gets her first chance at the plate here. The 0-0 from Johnson. Right where you want to put it for a strike. Counts 0-1. Cooney had her bat in a bunt position, but that pitch looked just a little bit low to get some metal on. There's the second one, and Cooney puts it right to the shortstop, who doesn't have to move too much, and it falls right into her glove, and there's 2 outs. Johnson making quick work of Arkansas Tech here in her second outing.
Top of the order for the Golden Suns, the center fielder, number 10, Shelby Chambers.
Golden Suns now returning to the top of the order. Chavers, she walked her first trip to the plate. Takes the first pitch there for a strike. 0-1 with 2 outs now. Nobody on for Arkansas Tech. Johnson having a better inning as opposed to her first one. Second pitch from Johnson runs just a bit too far outside, called for a ball. Count now even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Chambers at the plate. Next pitch, Chambers gets a piece of it off the end of the bat, but that one's going to slice foul, and Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes against Chavers, the center fielder at the dish. That pitch from Johnson couldn't quite find the zone. A little bit too much upstairs. Taken for a ball, 2-2. Chavers ever so slightly creeping out of the batter's box when that ball nears, are trying to slap hit one and get some speed on it. Finds the end of one just in front of the catchers. And she runs it out, makes it there in time to be called safe. Can't teach speed, folks. You either have it or you don't. Chavers has some, and she finds herself on first base with a ball that she hit that might have went 5 feet in front of the plate. It don't matter how you do it, as long as you do it. Timber Riley with a name that even a lumberjack would be jealous of. Looking to do some damage here. She squares to bunt. Takes the first one upstairs for a ball. Counts 1-0. Chavers on first base. She legged one out to get there earlier. Riley, a very dangerous hitter, gets a piece of one, but that's going to be fouled back up here into the stands, and one lucky fan's going to go home with a souvenir.
In the bottom of the second inning for Arkansas Tech, no runs scored. There was 1 base hit.
Looks like a violation there by Riley is going to end the inning and force an out, which is a shame because Tech had a little bit of momentum right there. Riley may have been too far out of the box, and Blue let her have it. Said, nope, can't do that. Those are the rules. We're moving now here into the top of the third inning. Your score is still Tech 2, Henderson State nothing. We've got an explanation here for that sudden abrupt end of the inning. Chavers on first base left a little bit too early, and that's an out. Buffington's first pitch here in the third inning. Gets down for a bunt. Throws to first. Oh, but it's past the first baseman. Cooney backs it up in right field. She's going to second base. Caught by Pruitt. Krista Leary lays down a bunt right in front of the pitcher. Buffington ran over and grabbed it and threw it, but couldn't quite find the glove of Goins as it gets past her. Luckily, Cooney was there to back it up, or Carey may be standing on third base. But an error there by the pitcher on the throw, and now with nobody out, Henderson State's got a runner on second base, their leadoff runner. Here comes the shortstop, Lexi Trejo. She also puts a bunt down. Easy throw over to first from the third baseman, Mayberry, and that's one out. As Larry moves up to third base, and Henderson State with a little life here early with one out. The Reddies are going to return to the top of the order. Second baseman Maya Jackson, responsible for the only hit in yesterday's contest, put one right up the middle in the late fourth inning. It's Buffington's first pitch to Jackson. She's taking her time on the circle. Here's the 0-0. Jackson swings through it. 0-1. The shortstop Trejo came on and moved Larry over to third base on the bunt after she reached second base on a bunt and a throwing error by the pitcher. Buffington's second pitch to Jackson goes really far inside, but Blue likes it, calls it a strike. Count is 0-2. One out here. Runner on third base for Henderson State. Second baseman Jackson at the plate. She's hitting .238 this season. She takes that pitch and fouls it back towards the net. 0-2 count still. Buffington's got out of the jam in the first inning and the second inning. Her Golden Suns would love for her to do the same. The 0-2 to Jackson. No contact to the bat right there. She swung it, but it didn't hit anything, and that's a strikeout, folks. Right fielder Justine Birch up to the plate. She's batting from the left-handed side. Played in 40 games, all 40 games for Henderson this year. 108 at-bats for her. 2 outs now for Tech. Birch takes the first pitch, deposits it into the parking lot. No damage done to anybody's vehicles. The 0-1 to Birch. Another foul ball towards her own team's dugout. And here comes the 0-2 pitch to the freshman from Greenbrier, Arkansas. That one's going to run a little bit too high. Called for a ball. Count is 1-2. 2 outs here for Tech. Runner on third base. Crystal Larry laid down a bunt. Moved up the second on the errant throw by Buffington. Moved up on the second bunt from Trejo. Standing on third base. The 1-2 to Birch. Runs up there near her hands. That one's going to be a ball. Count moves to 2-2 with 2 outs. Buffington, the Benton, Arkansas native, puts one right past her there. Birch fouls it off. Count stays at 2-2. The 2-2 to Birch. Ball is past her. Runner from third base coming home. Play at the plate. She is called out. What a toss by the catcher, Jessica Williams. Buffington came up after the ball got past her, threw it right to her at home plate. She grabbed that ball, swiped her glove down, and was just in the right place to avoid Larry from third base coming in and making the play at the plate. And Coach David Williams for Henderson State's not quite accepting that call. He said that he thought that she made it in there first, but hey, here in softball, the umpire is the law. And it looked like to me she got that tag before she touched the base. Good defensive play there by the catcher and the pitcher. And Tech protects, keeping the shutout here intact.
Leading off the bottom of the third inning, the second baseman, number 12, Timber Riley.
And like your first haircut at boot camp, Timber's at-bat was cut short last time up. She takes the first pitch down low for a ball. The 1-0 count to Riley, team batting leader. That one runs inside, 2-0 count. The 2-0 to Riley. She takes one down the middle for a strike. Count is 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch to the junior from Bentonville, Arkansas runs just a little bit high. Count moves to 3-1 off the ball there. Here's a 3-1 from Johnson. Puts it on Riley's bat, and Riley's going to shoot one into right field. She'll stand up easy on first base, hands her elbow protector to her assistant coach, takes a deep breath. She's up there easy. She's been a hard out here these past 2 games, and so is Caitlin Wells, the designated player. Tech's got a couple of power bats right here in this middle part of the lineup. Henderson State would love to avoid them. The 0-0 to Wells. She gets her bat on it, but it slices back foul before it can get past the third base bag. 0-1 now. Oh, 1 to Wells. Riley on first base. 1 on, no out here. Wells pops one up. Third baseman Bittinger has this one under control. And that's the first out of the inning. Cassie Mayberry steps back into the box.
Next, the third baseman, number 28, Cassie Mayberry.
The sophomore's plugged in about 15 RBIs so far this season. Just over 100 at-bats. Mayberry squared to bunt and didn't like the height of that first pitch. It was a little bit low, but it's still in the strike zone and called for a strike. Count is 0-1. Riley on first base. Johnson still in the circle here for Henderson State. The 0-1 from Johnson. Mayberry puts a beat on it. Throws over to Riley at second base where Riley was trying to come in there, and Jackson, the second baseman, couldn't hold the ball on the fielder's choice right there, and Riley stays on second base. Mayberry goes to first off the errant throw there by the shortstop.
Hitting next, the first baseman, number 18, Mackenzie Goins.
Mackenzie Goins popped out to right field last time. I'm sure she wants to do some damage right here. Her first pitch swung on and gets into the field of play, but it looked like it must have hit foul territory first. Count is 0-1. 1 out, runner on second. That's Timber Riley, and runner on first is Cassie Mayberry. 0-1 pitch. Curveball right there. Stops her in her tracks and sits right in the middle. Throws her up a little bit. Count is 0-2. 1 out. 2-1 here for Arkansas Tech. The 0-2 from Johnson. Goins puts her bat on it, but it slices foul. It's a much closer game today than it was at this point in the game yesterday evening. Goins' first one skied up high in the air. Handled pretty easily there by the center fielder, Larry. Riley tagged up at second base and gets over to third base. A good throw from the center fielder, but it couldn't quite reach the glove in time to tag Riley out, and everyone moves up one off the sacrifice fly there from Goins. Pruitt now getting her second hacks today. The junior shortstop. Oh, 1 to Pruitt, taken for a ball high and outside. 2 outs here for Arkansas Tech. Runners on second and third. Johnson's done a pretty good job of wiggling her way out of jams here so far. First pitch to Johnson, a line drive into center field. Handled pretty easily there by Larry. And after the Golden Suns threatened with 2 on and only 1 out, Johnson finds her way to get 2 more outs, and Henderson State gets out of the inning. Birch is going to resume her at-bat here.
We move to the top of the fourth inning, leading off for Henderson, the right fielder, number 27, Justine Birch.
Birch is hovering just a little south of a 400 on-base percentage, and she'd love to get on base here and maybe get Henderson State some runs. First pitch from Buffington. Slapped hit. Mayberry can't quite get a handle on it. And that's going to be a base hit there for Justine Birch. Henderson State's now doubled their hit total from yesterday with 2 hits.
Hitting next, the first baseman, number 30, Monica Monreal.
First baseman, junior Monica Monreal, steps up to the plate now. She's driven in 13 RBIs for her team this year. Gets a piece of the first pitch, even though it was slicing outside of the strike zone. And it's going to slice a little bit foul as well. 0-1. Birch on first base for Henderson State. The 0-1 count against Jackson. Here's the delivery from Buffington. Jackson puts it into play. Riley comes charging up from second base, flips over easily to Goins. And Birch moves up to second. 1 out. Runner on second base now for Henderson State.
Now hitting the pitcher, number 11.
Pitcher Brooke Johnson's going to come up to swing the bat here. Johnson has pitched over 70 innings for Henderson State this year and also made over 100 at-bats. Very experienced player for Henderson State, even though she's only a freshman. Getting a lot of experience so far this year. Buffington's first pitch runs outside the zone for a ball. 1-0 count. 1 out with 1 on here at second base for Henderson State. The 1-0 from from Buffington. A little bit low. Count moves to 2-0. The 2-0 delivery from Buffington. A little bit too outside on the low corner. Taken for a ball. Count is now 3-0. Johnson has worked 6 walks on the season. Watches that pitch run in there for a strike. Hits the bottom outside corner. Buffington has shown her ability to paint some of those corners so far today in this outing. The 3-1. That one had a little bit too much late movement on it. Runs outside of the zone. And Johnson draws a walk. Her 7th so far this season.
The catcher, number 21, Abby Moore.
And junior catcher Abby Moore steps up to the plate. Runners on first and second with 1 out here for Henderson State. The first pitch to the junior from North Richland Hills, Texas is going to be called a ball. Low and outside. Buffington's been using that changeup to drift her pitches away from all these right-handed batters. Throws the same one there. Crowd doesn't like the call, but it is going to be a ball, and the count moves to 2-0 with 1 out. Runners on first and second for Henderson State. Buffington now trying to limit the runners. Puts a good first pitch that started at the batter's hip and ran inside of the zone for a strike right there. Count is 2-1 with 1 out. Here's a 2-1 from Buffington. Moore gets a piece of it, but it's going to be foul and lands on top of the batting cages. Count now even at 2-2. Umpire calls time. Getting a reload of some softballs. count is 2-2 here against catcher Abby Moore for Henderson State, and they've got 2 on with 1 out and runners on first and second. Here's the 2-2 from the former pitcher at Crowder College. That one's inside. Moore flinched at it, almost brought her bat around. McSweeney wants to check over. Third base umpire says she did not go all the way around. Count moves full here to 3-2. Moore brought the bat off her shoulder right there, but it didn't go quite past home plate. Third base umpire says, nope. Full count now. That pitch is high and deep, but it's going to slice foul, and the left fielder, Keaton, can't quite run it down in time. Still some life here in this at-bat for the catcher, Abby Moore. That next pitch also lands a little bit foul. Full count, 1 out. Right fielder Justine Birch on second base. Pitcher Brooke Johnson on first. Buffington trying to get 2 outs right here. Get out of this inning. Here's the payoff pitch. Moore gets around on it just a little bit early for a foul ball. Strong at bat here for Moore. She's seen just about everything in Buffington's repertoire. Full count delivery from Buffington. Once again, this one's a deep shot, but it's going to slice foul, and Keaton can't run it down. Williams walks out past the batter's box and towards the circle. Still some confidence there in her pitcher. Hopefully get out of this long at-bat here with this pitch. 3-2. 1 out, runners on first and second. Delivery from Buffington. Popped up high, foul, and out of play. Long at-bat here for catcher Abby Moore. I'm sure she'd love for it to end with some points on the board if she can get a ball into the gap here. Buffington, I'm sure, has other plans. Here's her pitch. Moore puts one deep into left field. That's a shot off the bat, and that one is going to clear the wall. Line drive. Moore's 3-run shot is going to give them the lead. Nice piece of full count hitting right there. Moore turned on one and put it over the left field wall about 200 or so feet. Line drive. Didn't have much height on it, but it had just enough speed. Henderson State's going to go up here 3-2 off the 3-run shot by catcher Abby Moore. Third baseman Erica Bittinger now going to step in to the batter's box, and I'm sure she'd love to keep the party going. First pitch now from Buffington. That one runs into the left-hander's batter's box. Called for a ball. 1-0 count. Tech has some arms warming up now in the pen. Second pitch. A little blooper right to the shortstop, and Pruitt grabs it, fields it, and flips it over to first base to Mackenzie Goins, and that's 2 outs.
Hitting next, the left fielder, number 12, Madison Tretline.
Bittinger hit one there off the handle part of the bat and gets over the pitcher's head. Scooped up by Pruitt. She made an easy toss over to first base. Madison Tretline now, the left fielder, up to bat. Buffington's first pitch runs in there for a strike. Good late movement there on that one. The 0-1. Too far off the plate outside. Count moves now to 1-1. 2 outs. Henderson State's brought 3 runners across on the 3-run shot by catcher Abby Moore. Buffington wants to get out of this inning. She's got 2 outs. Puts the ball in a good spot right there, and Tretline can't handle it. Foul ball. Counts now 1-2. The 1-2 to Tretline. Swung on. Right to Timber Riley at second base. She fields it easy, flips it over to Goins. And that's your inning, folks. Tech lost the lead there off the 3-run shot by Abby Moore.
Top of the 4th inning for Henderson State.
Score is now 3-2 going into the bottom of the 4th inning.
There were no errors.
Brooke Johnson back out now to the pitcher's circle. She came around to score after reaching base earlier on the and she came around to score off the 3-run shot by Abby Moore, who's catching for her right now. A little life here in the dugout for the Reddies. They did not play their best softball yesterday, but look to come out today and hopefully erase that one from their memory and tie this series up.
Bottom of the 4th inning, leading off for the Golden Sun, the left fielder, number 8, Sydney Keaton.
Left fielder Sydney Keaton steps in now to the batter's box. Abby Moore's home run was hit just over her head to left field. I'm sure she'd love to return the favor here. First pitch to Keaton from Johnson. Taken for a strike down the middle. 0-1 to Keaton. That ball's low. Keaton almost offered at it. Thought better of it. Took the ball instead. Count is 1-1. The 1-1 count to the sophomore from Horizon, Arkansas. Keaton puts one into the gap in right field. Now, Birch can't get there in time. She's on her high horse, folks. She may take third base here, but she's going to ease up at second off the leadoff double by the left fielder, Sydney Keaton. And Tech is just back now in commanding position to threaten to take this lead. And up to the box now is catcher Jessica Williams.
Now hitting the catcher, number 17, Jessica Williams.
That's Tech's 6th hit so far this contest. Keaton stands off second base. First pitch to Williams. Williams lays it down for a bunt. Keaton's going to move up to third base, and Williams takes a nice sacrifice bunt. 1 out, runner on third base. Tech trying to tie this ball game right back up.
Hitting next, the right fielder, number 0, Adriana Cooney.
Adriana Cooney, the right fielder, originally from Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Cooney takes the first one for a strike. And the count is 0-1. Williams laid down the sacrifice bunt for the first out of the inning. Keaton stands off third base. Second pitch from Johnson. Leaks outside for a ball. Count is 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out and 1 on here for Arkansas Tech. The 1-1 from Johnson. Too far outside, off the corner, ball 2. The 2-1 from Johnson to Cooney. Cooney puts the bat on the ball. Center fielder can't make a play on it. Cooney's going to round first base. Keaton saunters home pretty easily, and that's going to be an error in center field. It is a base hit. Cooney put one off the bat drove it right in the shallow center field.
For the center fielder, number 10, Shelby Chambers.
Larry made a good play in center earlier, but couldn't make that one as Keaton is driven home on the base hit. And Cooney stands at first base. We return now to the top of the order with center fielder Shelby Chambers. Strike on her. It's 1-1. Count is 1-1 now for Chambers. That curveball didn't drop back in the zone. Too high, and it's going to be a ball. Count is now 2-1. 2-1 count. One runner on first base. That's Adriana Cooney, and one out. Chambers hits one back up the middle. Jackson can't get the handle on second base. Cooney goes to third off the error by the second baseman, and Chambers reaches there on the base hit. And Jackson had some trouble on that ground ball. It ate her up a little bit, and it never really hit her glove. It is going to be ruled a base hit. Timber Riley now back up to the dish, and she's the most dangerous hitter in this ballpark right now. First pitch is low. Johnson trying to avoid the power batter Riley. One out, runners on the corners here for Arkansas Tech. This game is tied 3-3. Riley puts a deep shot into right center field, and the center fielder is going to run out of room. It's a 3-run home run for Timber Riley. Three-run shot for Riley. She saw the first pitch. It was a little low. She saw the second pitch. Her eyes got wide. Her hands moved fast, and she put that ball into the berm out there for a 3-run shot. This score is now changed to 6-3 in favor of Tech. That gives Riley an even dozen home runs now on the season, and Henderson State's going to make a pitching change right here. The designated player, Savannah Kerrigan, now is going to come in to relieve Brooke Johnson in the circle.
Right-hander, number 3, Savannah Kerrigan.
Kerrigan started the game yesterday and gave up 4 runs in the first inning before she was promptly replaced. One out now against Tech. They've scored 4 this inning. 3 of those came off the big fly from Timber Riley. Probably about 240 feet to right center field. It was quite a shot.
Hitting next for Arkansas Tech, the designated player, number 29, Caitlin Wells.
Not really a shortage of power here in between Riley and Wells. She's got 9 home runs to her credit so far this season to go with. A little more than 35 RBIs. First pitch to Wells from the relief pitcher Kerrigan. Kerrigan runs one in there early for a strike. Count is 0-1. Riley cleared the bases off with that 3-run shot. Wells is going to work here by herself. Second pitch. Almost gets the top part of Wells' foot, but skips in front of the dirt and blocked there by the catcher, Abby Moore. 1-1 ball. Wells didn't like that one either. Moving late towards the other batter's box. Doesn't offer at it. Smart move. It was called a ball. The count is now 2-1. 1 out for Wells. Wells takes another one inside for a ball. The count is now 3-1. Wells at the plate. Mayberry on deck. And the payoff pitch to Wells is outside for a ball. She's going to walk over easy to first base with a base on balls. And Kerrigan's first at-bat doesn't quite go the way she planned as she walks Caitlin Wells in about 5 pitches. Third baseman now, Cassie Mayberry up to bat. She's hit a pair of home runs herself on the season. First pitch to Mayberry, runs inside, but called strike. 0-1 now, 1 out. Wells on first base for Arkansas Tech. Mayberry offers now at the second pitch. Didn't make any contact, swung over the top of it. Count moves to 0-2. High fly ball into fair territory off the diving catch by the left fielder. That was quite an effort out there in left field by the freshman Madison Tretline. Had it dropped, it would have probably rolled all the way to the wall. But she laid out like Superwoman to make that catch. Nice relief there. Limit some damage. Kerrigan's first pitch to first baseman Mackenzie Goins is a strike. Second pitch too far upstairs. Ball 1. 1-1 count, 2 outs. 4 have come across here for Tech in this inning so far. Goins sees the third pitch, doesn't like it, doesn't move her bat. Called for a ball, 2-1. Goins, the Owasso native, doesn't make any contact there. Offered at it. Count moves to 2-2 with 2 outs. Big pitch here for Kerrigan, trying to get out of the inning. Goins puts the bat on that one. Not in the field of play. Foul ball. Count stays the same at 2-2. Wells still twirling over at first base. I'm sure she'd love a little exercise to be moved around. The 2-2 to the first baseman, Goins. Offered at. Couldn't quite make up any contact, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. But Tech reclaimed the lead off the 3-run shot from Riley, and the score is returned 6-3 in favor of the Golden Suns. Right-handed pitcher Kayla Cartwright here from Greenwood, Arkansas. The sophomore going to come in relief of Bailey Buffington. Buffington gave up 3 runs through 4 innings. Pretty good job altogether. Limited. There were really only one hit cost her any runs. The 3-run shot by Abby Moore. Buffington pitched pretty well other than that, but Kayla Cartwright here going to come in and try and get some innings.
Top of the 5th inning for Henderson State. Leading off the center fielder, number 7, Crystal Larry.
Center fielder Crystal Larry's first pitch to her is taken for a strike after she offered at it and couldn't muster up any contact. And with that home run last inning, Timber Riley has tied her season high total in home runs. And she's got a career mark of 31, which is only 5 short of the all-time Golden Suns career record of 36. I'm sure by the time that she hangs up her jersey here, she'll have broken that record and many more. A first-class athlete. The 0-2 count offered at, whiffed on. Cartwright's first batter is sitting down on strikes.
Hitting next, the catcher, number 9, Lexi Trio.
Shortstop Lexi Trejo now up to the dish. Her first attempt is hacked at and hit way foul into the parking lot. Now it might be bouncing out all the way onto Arkansas Avenue. Second pitch now. Cartwright throws the changeup, tried to lock it back into the zone, but it wouldn't fall in the right place as the count now moves to 1-1 with one out here. Trejo had good eyes on that one. That one was running away from the batter from the moment it left her hand. Cartwright. 2 balls, 1 strike here, 1 out. That changeup also fails to find the zone. 3-1 count. Cartwright struck out the first batter. Lagging behind the second one here. 1 out now. The 3-1 pitch right down the middle, put a little mustard on it. The count moves full to 3-2. Here's the payoff to Trejo from Cartwright. Cartwright skies one into left center field. Chavers can't get there in time. That one's going to drop as Lexi Trejo coasted into second base for an easy double. That ball might have got caught up in the wind. Otherwise, it probably had a chance to go out. Shavers couldn't quite run it down. And with 1 out, Maya Jackson steps back up into the plate. With a runner on second, she's hoping to drive home here. First pitch from Cartwright. In the opposite batter's box. Call the ball. Counts 1-0. 1 out. There's the changeup she was looking for. Started at Jackson's chest and ended up right there near her waist. Dropped into the strike zone. Easy call for the umpire. Count is now 1-1 with 1 out. Jackson offers at the second one, too. Gets a small piece of it, but it rolls foul as the count moves now to 1-2. Jackson with the strikeout. Cartwright threw it right past her, changed speeds on her, dropped into the dirt. Williams liked that call right there, goes out and gives her pitcher a nice point and a head nod, and now Cartwright comes in and gets 2 strikeouts. Trejo still standing at second base after her deep double shot to left center. Justine Birch stepping in now. First pitch is a strike against her. The 0-1 to Birch from Cartwright. Second pitch runs just a bit inside. Called a ball. 1-1 count. Pitch from Cartwright. Trejo dangerously close off second base, but none of the infielders were there to hold her over. Two strikes now against Birch. 1 ball in her favor. 2 outs. Cartwright. Hot shot to first base. Goins barely makes a move. It fits right in her glove. She steps on first base, and Cartwright gets out of the inning, comes in, gives up a double, But her first out was a strikeout, her second out was a strikeout, and her third out was a pretty easy one. Ground out to first base. Only one hit there added to their total for Henderson State. Score remains the same. Arkansas Tech 6, Henderson State 3. We'll be back here in the 5th inning after this. Sophomore Bree Jones going to come in now to replace Maya Jackson at second base. Number 17 from Texarkana, Arkansas. She made the start yesterday. She'll come in to man the same position today. Number 21, the junior Brooke Pruitt now steps up to the plate. First pitch taken for a ball for Pruitt, the junior infielder from Cleburne, Texas. Second pitch to Pruitt. She likes it. Dribbles it over to third base. Can't make the pick at first. Montreal couldn't quite handle it. Right fielder comes over. Birch backs her up. And Pruitt standing now on second base. Third baseman Bittinger made a throw over to first base. A little low. Montreal couldn't find the handle on it. Pruitt moves up to second. Sydney Keaton now takes the first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 count. Pruitt on second base with nobody out here for Tech. Got a nice 3-run lead. That one jumps inside. Keaton has to move out of the way. Might have caught her on the funny bone. That's not a laughing matter. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Keaton puts one into right field. This one could drop in no man's land. Birch can't make the play. Keaton's going to round first base, but stays where she's at. Pruitt moves up. Good strategy here for Arkansas Tech. Simply hit the ball where they ain't. That one finds a nice patch of grass to settle in, and we got runners at the corners here. Pruitt on third base, Keaton on first. The catcher, Jessica Williams, up to bat. Williams squares to bunt, and Savannah Kerrigan throws her pitch into the other batter's box. Count is 1-0. The 1-0 from Kerrigan in the circle. That one ran way inside and throw over to second base. Keaton gets there in time. Moore had a shot all the way to second. Shortstop Trejo couldn't get there and apply the tag as everyone moves up one. Pruitt stays at the same place. Runners now at second and third. Goins offered at that inside pitch, and it might have been a mistake. It looked like she tried to pull her swing back halfway, but had to continue. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that pitch runs into the opposite batter's box for a ball as well. Kerrigan looks to be struggling with some control here on that outside pitch. Can't quite find the mark. Williams gets a piece of that one, but it's foul before it makes it past the third base bag, and everyone's got to go back to where they were. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no one out with 2 on here for Arkansas Tech. Runners at second and third base. Williams swings through that one, and Kerrigan gets a K. Right fielder Adriana Cooney now trying to get some hacks and get on base here. Extend this lead for Arkansas Tech. It's 6-3 currently. She swings through the first one. offers at it and couldn't make any contact. Count is no balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 to Cooney. She lays it down perfectly. Pruitt comes home, and there's an extra run for Arkansas Tech. Third baseman Bittinger charged up, flipped over to Monreal at first for the second out. Keaton moved up to third base.
Back to the top of the order for the Golden Sox.
We've returned now to the top of the order.
Shelby Chambers.
Center fielder Shelby Chavers now, digging in for her third at bat of the evening. Takes the first one for a strike. Count is 0-1. Runner on third base for Tech. Keaton trying to come home. 2 outs. And that pitch runs just too far inside. Hits Chavers on the elbow pad, and that's why they wear him, folks. She didn't even flinch. She's standing there on first base. Runners on the corners, and Riley back up again. Her last at-bat was a 3-run home run, and I'm sure that is a process that would not like to be repeated if you're Henderson State. First pitch runs outside for a ball, and I think it's crucial that they get Riley behind in the count if they want her to be set down with this last out of the inning. Keaton at third, Chavers at first. Kerrigan's second pitch finds the zone for a strike. Count is 1-1. 2 outs here against Arkansas Tech. Riley watches the second ball. Run right past her. Count goes 2-1. Riley pulls the bat back after squaring to bunt early and couldn't get it around in time to swing through that one. No contact, and the count moves now even to 2-2 with 2 outs. Next pitch to Riley goes outside, and the count runs full. It's 3-2. Big pitch here for Kerrigan. She'd love to get this out. As for Riley, she'd love to put one more into the cheap seats. Oh, that one runs inside, and Kerrigan gets the benefit of the doubt. Riley strikes out to end the inning. Tech added one more in that one as Pruitt came around to score, and it's 7-3 now, Arkansas Tech. They've got 10 hits in this one. Henderson State's got 4. Cartwright coming back out now for her second inning. First baseman Monica Monreal steps back into the white lines designated for her to hit from. And Cartwright manned up 2 strikeouts in her first inning of work last one. Throws that off-speed pitch too high for a ball. Her first pitch of this inning, Monreal takes it for a ball. Count is 1-0. The 1-0 to Monreal. Runs in there for a strike. Count moves even at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Cartwright. Too low. Called a ball. Count is now 2-1. Tech's leading 7-3. Monreal would love to show some power in her bat and change that. Cartwright's next pitch runs outside for a ball. Count moves now to 3-1 in favor of Monreal. Henderson State dugout urging Cartwright to throw the fourth ball and give Monreal a free walk to first base. If she decided against it, tosses in a strike. Count is full at 3-2. The payoff to the first baseman from Cartwright. Runs in there. Monreal gets a piece of it. Mayberry charges up to grab that one. Throws it over to first to Goins. And that's your first out. Pretty solid defense in the infield today for Arkansas Tech. Haven't let much get past them. Designated player Brooke Johnson now. Still swinging the bat. Gave up 4 runs in the 4th inning and was promptly removed. Has reached base today. 1 out now for Arkansas Tech. First pitch from Cartwright. Outside for a ball. That one's taken by Riley, but it gets right there under her glove, and that one's going to reach first base. Johnson found a spot, hit it right to Riley. Riley had her glove in the right position, wasn't quite low enough, and it rolls back into the grass a few steps behind her. She located the ball, turned to throw, and couldn't get it there in time. Pinch runner now for Johnson, as number 10, Brittlin Garrett, comes in from Stonewall, Louisiana. She's a sophomore, spent some time at Centenary College in Louisiana. Pinch running now for Henderson State. 1 out, 1 runner on first base for Henderson State.
Now hitting, the catcher number 21, Abby Moore.
Abby Moore steps back up to the plate. She had a 3-run shot in her last at-bat. Watches a ball there. If Moore could give a repeat performance, this game would be manageable. Tech has a 4-run lead. 1-0 count from Cartwright. Throws the second pitch. Just under the strike zone. Called ball 2. Count is 2-0. 1 out for Arkansas Tech. The 2-0 to Moore. Moore swings on it. Stop! Over. Mayberry made a diving stop at third base, but that ball was foul. Stopped it with her glove and turned on her back seat and made the throw over to second base. Might have been a close one. Umpire called it foul. Everyone goes back to where they were. The 2-1 pitch now from Cartwright to Moore. Moore watches that one run up right the middle. The count moves to 2-2 with 1 out. This would be a big out here for Arkansas Tech if they can get it. Count is 2-2. Here's the 2-2 from Cartwright. Moore swinging a garden hose, doesn't get a hold of it. Cartwright changed speeds on her, and that one finds the catcher's glove instead of the batter's bat. Strikeout there for Cartwright. Moore. Third baseman Erica Bittinger getting some more hacks today, as Brittlin Garrett still stands patiently off first base. First pitch to Bittinger from Cartwright, taken for a strike. No movement, just gasoline on that first pitch. The 0-1 from Cartwright. Bittinger finds a piece of it, hit back towards the net, caught off the net by Williams, and the ball goes right back to the pitcher. Saving money on softballs here. Brittlin Garrett still stands on first base. 2 outs against Henderson in the inning. 0-2 pitch now. Bittinger popped that one back up to the same place behind the catcher towards the net. Count stays the same. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs now for Arkansas Tech. Garrett stands off first for Henderson. Bittinger offers it that one. Swung on. Strikeout there for Cartwright. She's came in relief. Been carving up Henderson State batters as we move now to the bottom of the 6th inning. No base hits and no runs in that inning for Henderson, and They're running out of time here.
To the bottom of the sixth inning, Arkansas Tech 7 and Henderson State 3.
Arkansas Tech 7, Henderson State 3. Bottom of the sixth now, Arkansas Tech at the plate. Designated player Caitlin Wells. Reached base a couple of times today. Kerrigan's first pitch to her runs outside for a ball. Count is 1-0. 7-3 here in favor of Arkansas Tech. Bottom of the sixth. Second pitch from Kerrigan. Inside for a strike. And the 1-1 pitch from Kerrigan had a little movement on it late. Wells didn't like it, swung through it for a strike. 1-2 count now. Pitch from Kerrigan. Wells puts one deep into right center field. That should clear up to second base easy. Nice double into the gap for Wells. She's got to get down. Umpire calls her safe. Good hustle double there for Wells. Saw one she liked up in the zone, puts her bat on it, and drives one into deep right center field. Larry got over there for Henderson State and made the play on it. Threw it back in almost enough time to tag Wells out. But she gets to the second base. Kaylin Aguirre now going to come into the game as a courtesy runner for Kaylin Wells. Geary's a freshman outfielder. Bats left and throws right. She'll be pinch running here. Third baseman Cassie Mayberry here. Showed off some gold glove defensive skills in that last inning. Like to show some Silver Slugger Awards winning metrics here at the plate. Takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1 against her. Nobody out. Aguirre courtesy running for Wells at second base. Second pitch from Kerrigan. Runs too far inside for a ball. Count is now 1-1. The 1-1 from Kerrigan. Changed speeds on Mayberry. Mayberry swung through it for strike two. The 1-2 from Mayberry. Popped foul out of play. One on, nobody out. One strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes against Mayberry. Make that 2 balls, 2 strikes against Mayberry. Here's a 2-2 from Kerrigan. Mayberry gets a piece of it. A little early and inside. Foul ball. Tech still holding a 4-run lead here, 7-3. Late part of the game, bottom of the 6th inning. The 2-2 pitch from Mayberry. Runs in near. Sorry, the 2-2 pitch to Mayberry runs in near her back ankle for a ball, and the count moves full to 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch from Kerrigan. Runs in there for a hit. Oh, goodness. Mayberry put one to shortstop. It took a funny hop and hit Trejo right in the shoulder and deflects off towards second base. Mayberry's going to find first base again here today. Courtesy runner Aguirre moves up to third base, and now there's runners on the corners here for first baseman Mackenzie Goins. No outs. 2 runners on here at first and third for Goins. She already laid down a sacrifice bunt today. Let's see if McSweeney asks her to do it again. No bunt sign this time. Goins fouls the first one back and out of play. 0-1 count against her. Kerrigan's second pitch, too far inside for a ball. And the next pitch by Kerrigan is fouled off there by Goins. Kerrigan's a sophomore from Sheridan High School, which is a baseball and softball factory. Some of the best programs in the state. Here's the 1-2 from Kerrigan to Goins. Ooh. That pitch ran inside, hit Goins on the shoulder. Goins did make a full swing at it, and umpire's going to call her out right here after Berkey's going to come and try and plead his case, as is Coach McSweeney for Arkansas Tech, and we're going to have a meeting of the minds here by the umpires to see what all the hullabaloo's about.
The shortstop, number 21.
After the confusion is cleared up, Goins had 2 strikes against her and offered at a pitch that actually ended up to hit her. Umpire calls time again to shut the dugout gate. The delays continue. But Pruitt steps up to the plate now. 1 out, still 2 runners on for Arkansas Tech at the corners. First pitch to Pruitt's a little bit low. Ball 1. 1-0 to Pruitt, too far inside. Runner takes off from third base. She's going to be safe. And then the throw down to third base is over the head of the third baseman. Well, folks, that was an interesting play. Kerrigan pitched it up to Moore. The ball was deflected towards the left side of the catcher. The courtesy runner Aguirre came in to score, and then as she was throwing over to third base to stop the advancing runner from second, she threw it over her third baseman Bittinger's head. The runner moves up to third base easily. Pruitt works a 4-pitch walk there, and now there's still runners on the corners as Mayberry's at third and Pruitt's at first. Up to bat now the left fielder, Sidney Keaton.
Hitting next, the left fielder, number 8, Sidney Keaton.
Coach David Martinez, Henderson State's going to meet in the circle with his pitcher here. Looks like Kerrigan's day in the circle was done. And they'll be bringing in number 14, Crystal Lindsay, the sophomore right-hander, pitcher and utility player.
Now on the
She saw some action yesterday in the second inning. Promptly gave up 5 runs. Hopefully this outing for her will be a little bit less damage inflicting. So after the drop strike, Tech advanced one more runner to home plate, and the score is now 8-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Henderson State has changed pitchers. Crystal Lindsay, the sophomore for Henderson State, coming in now. Lindsay hails from Fort Worth, Texas. Sophomore Sydney Keaton at the dish for Arkansas Tech. First pitch from Lindsay. Lots of speed, lots of movement. Couldn't find the zone. Call the ball outside. Count is 1-0 with 1 out here. Runners on first and third for Arkansas Tech. Second pitch from Lindsay. Runs inside, but called a strike. Count is now 1-1 with 1 out. Here's the 1-1 delivery to Keaton. Didn't lift her bat off her shoulder. Saw that it was a ball outside. Count moves now to 2-1. Lindsay trying to work that inside corner. Notice the umpire's been calling it there all day. Kerrigan got a pretty important strikeout on Riley at the end of last inning, and it was on the inside corner. They're working there now. That last pitch falls too far outside, and that's a walk, and the bases are juiced here for catcher Jessica Williams.
Now hitting the catcher number 17, Jessica Williams.
Keaton at first, Pruitt at second, Mayberry at third. Bases are loaded here for Williams. First pitch to Williams is taken for a strike. Had a little late movement there, came back into the zone. Counts 0-1 with 1 out and 3 runners on here for Tech. Williams squares to bunt, pulls it back, takes the second pitch of her at-bat for a ball up high. The 1-1 from Lindsay. Williams offers at it. Misses the contact there. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Bases are loaded for Arkansas Tech. Lindsay would love to get out of this jam for Henderson. Her next pitch fades out of the zone. Counts now even at 2-2. 2-2 pitch from Lindsay. Williams puts one in the gap in left center field. This could clear up all the bases. Pruitt scored on her high horse around to score. Mayberry scored easily from third. There's the play at the plate. Picked. And the call is safe. That was a close play there, but my goodness. Jessica Williams puts one into left center field, and that's a 3-run double to her credit. And that's going to be the ball game, folks, off the run rule right there. Arkansas Tech walks it off with the 3-run double. And the score for this one goes 3-11. 13 hits for Arkansas Tech compared to 4 for Henderson State. But don't go anywhere. We've got doubleheader action here in the GAC coming up here in just a few short minutes. Got some more softball coming to you.